Hello everybody and welcome to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys a list of words that really only South African people use, although I'm really interested to hear if any of you guys, wherever you are in the world, also use these words. Now these are not slang words necessarily, these are just everyday words that we use that other people say a different thing, and it's like if we heard your word here, we'd know what you were talking about, but it would seem really out of place. This video might be complete trash. I have no idea. Oh, that's one actually. Yeah, we don't really say trash here or garbage to refer to like actual waste. We mostly say rubbish, rubbish dump, rubbish heap. Bin bags though, not rubbish bags. So first we say icing, not frosting, as in, do you like chocolate icing or vanilla icing? Second, we say robot instead of traffic light, which I think is kind of funny because it's so normal here and nobody really questions it, but I think if you went anywhere else and said stop at the robot, people would be mighty confused. Number three, we say Bucky instead of truck, I believe is what you would say in the US. I'm not sure what you would say in the UK. This is a Bucky. The reason we use the word Bucky is because it translates from Afrikaans to mean container. This is one that's like slightly confusing still for me. I'm not really sure what the equivalent of it is, but we call these guys tackies and these guys sneakers. I think some people might call them trainers. Maybe in the US you call them all sneakers. I'm not sure. I don't know if this one is specific to me and my family or not, but we really only ever used to use the word jersey. And then later on, when I became a teenager and I was consuming a little bit more like American media and watching a lot of YouTube, I started to say the word sweater, and I feel like now it's a slightly more common word. But previously, I think I would get like weird looks if I said sweater instead of jersey in the past. We say slip-slops instead of flip-flops. They're kind of interchangeable. Lots of people say flip-flops, but lots of people also say slip-slops or just slops. As a side note, I really like the term flip-flop because it was like somebody designed this shoe and they were like, what do we call it? It's a flip-flop. It flips, it flops. Another kind of confusing one, we call this fruit a nachi. I've heard people refer to this as all kinds of things, but I'm also not sure if they're all different fruits. I've heard clementine, I've heard satsuma, and like a couple of other ones, and I don't know. Do you guys even have this fruit? I'm confused, so if you can clear that up for me, please do. We say mealy instead of corn. I really don't think I hear too many people saying corn, and that goes for like all forms of it. So like, well, no, popcorn, we say popcorn, but whether it's on the cob, it's a mealy. If you take it off the cob, it's mealies. If you make it into porridge, it's mealy pop. We say tomato sauce instead of ketchup, and a cousin of mine actually ran into some trouble with this because he went to Chile, I believe it was, and asked the lady that he was staying with if she would give him some tomato sauce, and she said yes, sure, definitely, and then disappeared for like a really long time, and it turned out that she was making him like from scratch an actual sauce made of tomato instead of just tomato sauce ketchup. South Africans say plaster instead of band-aid or bandage or whatever it is you would call it. This is such a mess. Lastly, we call the back compartment of a car a boot, not a trunk. You put your stuff in the boot. You want to put that in the boot? Yes, please. I'd like to put this in your boot. Alright guys, that is all I have on this list. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of like not very cognitively demanding, but I think perhaps fun nonetheless. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like me and want to see more from my channel, click the subscribe button down below, and I make new videos whenever I damn well want to. Thanks for watching, guys. I love you. Bye.